So I'm gonna let you guys in on my ultimate skincare secret. This is what made my skin go from really, really bad to like slightly above average. From the dragon in Shrek before Donkey to the dragon in Shrek after Donkey. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rose. So today we're going to be talking about something that I suffer with a lot and something that I think a lot of you guys suffer with as well. And we're going to talk about how to kind of get rid of it. And of course, you've probably read the title of the video already. We're going to be talking about skin redness. Now, skin redness is an issue that I feel like a lot of people face, but it's only very recently that kind of the skincare world has started providing products that target that specific issue. And I think that that's partly due to so many more people having sensitive issues than ever before. And that's for a lot of reasons. Air quality is generally slightly poorer. People spend a lot more time in air-controlled rooms. And as a society, we're just a lot more stressed than we ever have been due to certain things. Basically, next time your skin gets irritated, blame Donald Trump. Before we start, I just want to cover exactly what redness is. It's basically a result of stressed and inflamed skin. So all of the blood rushes to those areas to see if it can help out the issues that are going on. Therefore, the major things that we want to achieve is to de-stress the skin and to reduce inflammation, and that will mean that redness is significantly reduced as well. I deal with a lot of redness, especially kind of around my nose and my cheek area, and also my jawline too, because those are the areas that get most eczema, and so that skin is already pretty weak and like not great skin. So the first thing I want to say is that even if your skin is red and stressed, I would still recommend a double cleanse. Not cleansing is only going to make things worse, but I would say only cleanse at night and then just use water in the morning. So as I said like 2 minutes ago, I struggle with lots of bad eczema, particularly kind of on my nose and my mouth area and also my arms and my legs. And so cleansing, finding a good cleanser has been a lifelong journey for me. I've always had to be pretty kind of clever about the cleansers that I use, and so I've curated a little collection that I think are the gentlest cleansers and that I think would be great if you're trying to reduce the redness in your skin. So as a first cleanse, I would highly recommend this from Serum. This is their Cleanse Me Softly Milk Cleanser. It's got just like the most divine milky texture that really gets rid of kind of excess oil and SPF and stuff like that really beautifully. And what's great is that this leaves absolutely no film, so you can just kind of wash your face, get on with your day or night, and you're happy. The only thing I would say is that this is not great for removing makeup. If you're wearing heavy makeup, then you need something a little bit more robust. One example of a slightly thicker first cleanse would be this from Dear Claire's. This is their Gentle Black Deep Cleansing Oil. I love this one. I've spoken about it in previous videos, and this is great for getting rid of makeup and also SPF. However, I haven't really left my house in 6 months, and my dog has a distinctly underwhelming appreciation for highlighter. So I haven't really been wearing very much makeup, and instead I've been using this as my first cleanse, and I've been really enjoying the experience. So after your first cleanse, you're going to want to go in with a really nice water-based cleanser, and there are actually two that I'm going to recommend to you today. Now the first is so famous it should have its own TV show, arguably the world's most niche TV show ever. I'd probably watch it, but I'm not sure anybody else would. Of course, it's CosRx's Low pH Good Morning Gel Cleanser. You guys know I've been using this for a long time. I'm a big fan. I'd definitely be waiting backstage for an autograph. I need to stop running that joke because it wasn't even funny in the first place, so I'm gonna stop that, I promise you. Anyway, this is a great cleanser to use if you struggle with redness because it is so gentle. And I really do have a love-hate relationship with water-based cleansers. I love them, they hate me. They usually leave my skin really red and stripped and just not happy. But this one has been great over the years. I find it very gentle. It lathers really nicely, and my skin always feels like hydrated afterwards and never stripped, which is absolutely key. And my skin is pretty obvious when it's not liking a cleanser, like it goes like very red and kind of hot to the touch, and that's never ever happened with this one. So that's kind of my test, is to see whether or not this is going to get along with my skin, and this one does, which is why I'm so loyal to it. However, being so loyal to this, I'm not very good at like testing out new water-based cleansers because I'm always scared that they're not going to work. However, there has been one that I have been using recently that has not topped this, but it's very, very close contention. I like it as much as this one. And the one I've been trying out is from Redness. This is their Skin Essentials Conditioning Cleanser. Now I've been using this for a couple of weeks. Wish Trend actually sent me this because I was chatting to them about how I was really struggling with irritated skin and very, very red skin. And so they just sent this along because they thought I might like it, I might find it useful. This is not sponsored, it was just kindly gifted. All opinions are my own. But I have been using this for the past couple of weeks and I've really enjoyed it. Now the thing that I love about this is that it feels so light on my face, and you need to use the tiniest amount for it to work really nicely, which I appreciate in a product. I don't like having to use a lot of product to get the benefits, whereas with this it's just left my skin so hydrated, so kind of, it feels really nourished, which is a bit of a weird word to use, but yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. And as I say, both of these are kind of like my top two at the moment. I switch in between them, and I would recommend either of these if you have sensitive skin or if you're experiencing redness and you want to kind of irritate your skin the least possible amount. So moving on from cleansers, we're going to talk about toners now, and toning is very important if you're dealing with redness, because if your skin is kind of irritated and not that happy, then it's going to be very sensitive to pH levels. If your skin isn't balanced, then it's going to be very difficult for your skin to recover properly. However, if your skin is feeling a little bit sensitive, there are toners that I would stay 100 miles away from. In my experience, toners with exfoliating ingredients, toners with active acids in it, astringents definitely don't go near. All of those stay away from. Instead, you're going to want to go for a toner that balances the pH but also kind of hydrates and soothes the skin. Now, one specifically I've been loving a long time is this one by Pyongkang. This is their Essence Toner, and it is really quite delightful, which is exactly how I would imagine a rich grandmother refers to their grandchildren, which is great. Anyway, I really love the consistency of this toner. It's incredibly light and it just absorbs into my skin so beautifully. Just like this beautiful blue packaging transports you to some calm, vast ocean, this toner is incredibly hydrating, like you've splashed that same water on your face, except not, because that water would be salt and I wouldn't really recommend splashing salt water onto your face. You get what I'm trying to say. It's a very calming, soothing, hydrating toner. The ingredients list is super simple and absolutely nothing in there that would be even vaguely irritating for you. So yeah, overall a really nice hydrating toner if you are dealing with red skin. Another one that I would highly recommend is this one, again from Redness. This is their Cica Care Purifying Toner. Now the great thing about this toner is it is packed full of Centella Asiatica, which is fantastic for soothing the skin and kind of getting rid of all of that irritation. Again, very clean, no nonsense ingredients list, so nothing that's going to continue to sensitize your skin. And texture-wise, it's very similar to the other toner in that it's very light, very watery, and so you only need to use a very light layer on your skin. So yeah, I would recommend both of these if you're dealing with redness, because both of them will help soothe your skin but also hydrate your skin, which is super needed for sensitive, dry, red skin. Now we're going to move on to essences, and I think essences are really key when you're dealing with redness because they deliver that hydration without overcrowding your skin. So you'll notice with both of the toners I just used, you only need to use the tiniest, thinnest layer to get them working properly, and it's similar with the essences I'm going to talk about. You only need to use the tiniest bit and pat it on in a very light layer. And the overcrowding issue is something that you really need to focus on if you're trying to get rid of redness. You don't want to be packing on loads and loads of different ingredients and products and stuff like that. You want to keep it simple. You want to focus in on ingredients that are going to soothe your skin and on products that have very light textures, so your skin can still kind of like breathe and heal itself. So in my humble opinion, the best essence for getting rid of redness is hands down this one from this is their Mugwort Essence. Now what I love about this essence is that it's only one ingredient. It's 100% mugwort, and mugwort is fantastic for soothing irritation on the skin. It's also very hydrating, which is great, but the main key thing that we love about the mugwort is that it calms down the skin. So what I do is I put like a really light layer of this over my face, and I just feel this like almost immediate kind of like cooling sensation, and my skin just feels happier, which I'm aware is literally the vaguest way of describing any skincare. But it's kind of like, so recently my boyfriend bought me a burrito blanket, and I have lived my entire life without a burrito blanket. But when I wrapped myself up in that burrito blanket, I realized that the thing that was missing from my whole life was a burrito blanket. I felt so happy snuggled up in it. And that's kind of what mugwort is like. You don't know that it's missing from your life until you try it and you realize that this is what your skin has been craving. I mean, that's just been my experience, but I imagined it would be similar for other people. Maybe, probably. So yeah, this is one that has drastically changed my skin, for sure. This next essence is going to be a little bit of a weird one for you guys who are not familiar with K-Beauty. It's this one by CosRx. This is their Advanced Snail Mucin Power Essence. So Snail Mucin is a great ingredient to include in skincare because not only is it anti-inflammatory, but it's also a great wound healer. So all of that micro damage from the redness is going to be significantly improved with continued use of this product. It's also a great humectant, so it's going to be drawing water into your skin and improving hydration levels, which we know reduces redness significantly. But the thing that I really love about this particular essence is that it's 96% snail mucin, so it's a very high concentration of this ingredient that we really love. It's also fragrance free, so if you worry about fragrance, this is a great option for you. And I actually just want to touch on this fragrance thing because it might come up later on in this video and people often link it to redness or increased sensitivity. And as somebody with very sensitive skin, but also extenuating circumstances like eczema, I have a very difficult relationship with fragrance. So even though nobody asked me my opinion, I am now going to give you my opinion because it's my channel, I can talk about whatever I want. So on the fragrance thing, I am allergic to certain fragrances and certain fragrances I'm not. So there have been products that include fragrance that my skin has been absolutely fine with. And that is because not all fragrance is formulated the same way. So you can't be 100% sure that when something has fragrance in it that you're definitely going to be allergic to it. However, having said that, I tend to steer clear of fragranced products only because there is a significant risk of me being allergic to that product, and I would prefer to use products that don't have fragrance because it's just one less thing that I have to worry about. So to sum up my thoughts, fragrance isn't all bad, but I prefer fragrance free because it's a lot less risky for me personally. So the fact that this is fragrance free is definitely a plus for me, and also price point wise, it's incredible. I will link all of the links to these products below so you can go and check them out. But yeah, really top essence. Both of these essences, especially if they're used kind of in tandem with each other, are going to work to repair the damage, but also soothe and heal the irritation and extra sensitivity that you're dealing with, which will in time help get rid of all of that redness and irritation. So now we're going to move on to serums and ampoules. Now I personally tend to cut down a lot on the serums and ampoules that I use when I'm experiencing redness. And that's mostly because formulations tend to be very highly concentrated within serums and lots of kind of active acids and stuff like that, which doesn't really help my skin all that much. Usually I'm a pretty big fan of serums and ampoules and I have a lovely little collection, but when I'm experiencing extra sensitivity, I tend to really minimalize my routines. I tend to exclusively use this serum. I'm so in love with this serum. I have multiple on my little shelf here. It's very popular in Korea. On the Korean app Huawei, it's always kind of near the top. It's very popular at the moment. In particular, this ampoule is fantastic for getting rid of redness because it's been specifically formulated to calm down stressed skin. And the ingredients list just reads like a love letter to sensitive skin. Like there's nothing horrible, there's nothing nasty. It is packed full of Centella asiatica, which I've spoken about before, is fantastic for calming down the skin, for soothing the skin. The texture is really beautiful and light and it absorbs wonderfully into my skin, and yeah, I've just completely fallen in love with it, and it definitely is fine to use as the only serum or ampoule that you're going to use if you have stressed or sensitive skin. However, as great and wonderful as this ampoule is, and I do love it, it's not really going to help you out if you're dealing with acne or with blemishes. I do do have a product that is effective enough to get rid of breakouts, but gentle enough not to kind of exacerbate the redness that you've got going on. And that is this little guy from CosRx. This is the Centella Blemish Ampule. Now, I've spoken about this before on my channel when I did my how to get rid of spots super fast video. I will link it here so you can go and check that out. So I have spoken about this. However, just to briefly run through it, it's a fantastic little product. Just like the Be Plain ampule, this is packed full of Centella asiatica, so it's very, very gentle on your skin. But what I really love about this ampule is that it's so hard working. It's like the Kris Jenner of the skincare world. It gets things done. So what this will do is it will reduce that blemish, but it's not gonna undo all of the great work you've done to get rid of the redness. It's not super, super harsh. So pretty much this one and this one are the only ampules slash serums that I use when I'm experiencing sensitivity, and they're pretty much the only ones that I would recommend right now. So I'm gonna let you guys in on my ultimate skincare secret. This is what made my skin go from really, really bad to like slightly above average. From the dragon in Shrek before Donkey to the dragon in Shrek after Donkey. And it is this little guy. This is Dr. G's Red Blemish Clear Soothing Cream. This has made such an incredible difference on my skin. It has literally changed my face in a good way. It is just so soothing and so calming and so nourishing. I just can't get enough. I really, really love this product. So Dr. G is a very well-regarded brand in South Korea. It came about when a bunch of really highly respected dermatologists and doctors came together to create this skincare line. And from that inception, it's really kept the same ethos of caring for the skin, nourishing the skin, and solving certain skin issues using good science. And so this cream is specifically formulated to target redness. Just like all of the others, the ingredients list is really good. The superstars being niacinamide and Centella asiatica. Niacinamide is fantastic for brightening the skin and to help kind of even out the tone of your skin. And Centella asiatica, as I've mentioned, great for soothing and calming the skin. I love the texture. It's very, very lightweight gel, and it kind of just like glides onto the skin beautifully and isn't like sticky or tacky or oily or anything that sometimes these gels can be. It's very, very beautiful. I use it all year round. I use it in the summer and the winter. It's very, very hydrating. It might not be hydrating enough for you if you have very, very dry skin, but for me, it's fantastic. A true, true holy grail. However, I have two holy grail products in my life. The second one being this one from Mucin. This is the all-in-one snail repair cream. Now, I've already spoken about why Snail Mucin is great for combating skin redness, so I won't bore you anymore with that. But this one is a very good example of a good Snail Mucin ingredient formulation. It's basically because it's again a very, very highly concentrated formula. It's got 92% snail extract. But the great thing about this product is that it's hydrating and it's anti-inflammatory and it's all of those things that you want, but also it is absolutely stunning under makeup. I don't really know what it is about this. I mean, it does absorb beautifully into the skin and you can see that it absorbs beautifully, but every single time I wear makeup, I have to wear this because I notice a considerable difference in how my makeup sits on my face if I don't use this. So yeah, these two are my all-time favorite moisturizers. I use them particularly because they're so great for getting rid of redness, but just in general, just absolutely beautiful moisturizers. So if this is a daytime routine, then you're gonna wanna now go in with an SPF. And my personal favorite is the Purito range, either of their green level sunscreens. They have the Safe Sun scented or unscented. Now I tend to prefer the unscented version. However, I have been using this one, which is technically the scented version, and I've just been really enjoying it. It doesn't irritate or aggravate my skin at all, so I think you're pretty safe using either one. I prefer the unscented, but at the moment I'm using this and I have not seen any problems. Both of them contain Centella asiatica to help reduce the redness, and both of them I found very, very hydrating. Both of them contain Centella asiatica and both of them are very, very hydrating in my opinion. Also, neither of them leave a white cast, which is really, really important when you're looking for a good sunscreen. There is a third one that they come out with, which is the comfy water version. However, that is a physical sunscreen and leaves a bit of a white cast, which I tend not to like in my sunscreens. So that's why I'm not recommending it here. So to sum up, if you're looking for a really nice sunscreen that's not going to irritate your skin and it's going to help all of the other products get rid of that redness well, then these by Purito are my favorites. So thank you guys so much for watching what has essentially just been an ode to Centella Asiatica. But I do hope that this has been helpful and that you found a couple of products here and there that you think you might have a look at if you are dealing with stress skin or redness or any of the associated issues. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you guys this time next week for a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!